property, and Eddie, kind of point down where we're at on this.
All along this whole area.
Okay. This whole area we have
goes under the shower.
Yeah, some pretty severe visible cracks in the tile. They can be seen along the outer edge of the shower, and then across the floor into this area, all the way over to the opposite wall here in the bathroom. So it's a little difficult to pick up in this because the tile is kind of a marble tile, but there is a significant crack and separation back here towards the shower. Okay, and we also have some water separation of the wallpaper. Water getting in behind the wallpaper, causing it to separate there. And then as you go across, there's some bubbles or wrinkles in the wallpaper, just in this area.
Also in the back part of the shower, you can see where there's settlement.
Yeah, in the back where the shower tile wall meets the upper part of the ceiling, there's a big line of separation there. If I zoom in too far, it just gets too dark and grainy, but it's along that back wall. Okay, Eddie, you think that's a water intrusion area?
Right in there, yeah.
Right in the corner here, because we've got some signs of underlying mildew, possible mold underneath the carpet area.
Right.
It's a pretty dangerous area to be in because we don't want to peel that carpet back because it could let mold spores, if there are any, behind that carpet. But for all indications, because this is on the edge of the house, the front edge of the house, there's a chance that there's water intrusion coming from the outside and flooding underneath the carpet.
Which could come over here because you can see the entire floor foundation here.
Right.
Which is against code.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to have that.
Well, it seems as though this patio is buckling out here as well.
Yeah.
Can we walk outside there and kind of highlight that as you walk across it? Because we can't pick up all this completely from the video, but isn't there just like a big buckle or bow in the patio here?
This whole thing's buckled.
Uh-huh.
You can see, and it's up above the floor elevation.
Right.
All here.
Yeah. So, aren't you standing about in the center where the buckle is now, Eddie?
Yeah.
And then it slopes to both your left and right?
Cracks where the movement is.
Right. And it kind of slopes to the left a little bit?
Right.
And then to the right? Yeah. Okay. And then let's walk out. Okay, so
Sidewalk where it should be below.
So here we are on the, as you're facing the property, the right side of the property, along this walkway, and we're at the side door of the garage. So we can see a pretty sizable crack in the corner of the stucco as we zoom in. But even more of a telltale is this larger crack in the concrete. And that concrete crack migrates all the way back to where we're standing, actually. So there's further evidence that there's separation, significant separation, between the side of the house and the main foundation part of the house itself. Okay. Okay, here we are at the outside of the property, and this is where the sidewalk is connected to the driveway. That's fairly significant there. And then we have a couple of other cracks in the sidewalk. Pretty good size one here. And another couple. There's a big separation there. And those are not expansion joints, those are cracks. So look at that crack. And then if you come up halfway up the entryway, there's a big crack across the front of the sidewalk here. And then as we come into the property, back around the front of the house, and then we're going to go to the back of the house and see some cracks there. Okay, this is an area of the steps coming into the front of the house. We see some separation along this wall between the steps, and it looks like there was an attempted patch done because the patch material is up against the stucco. And you can see pretty clearly that there is a big separation here between this whole stairway structure and the stucco. As we go to the front of the house and then come back away from the house, pretty big separation there. Go ahead and repeat that, Eddie.
Yeah, this area here's been patched on the stucco from cracks, if you look at it.
Yeah, and you can just basically tell that from the pattern,
Yeah.
from the roughing pattern that they used. And I think there was another one here to the left in front,
Right. Yeah,
along this wall here.
area. Yeah.
Kind of hard to pick it out with the camera, but along this wall, there was a vertical
Also
crack.
there, it's been patched.
On this other wall as well.
Yeah, right here. And then you can see where it's been patched right here too.
Okay. Here we have some cracks in the front brick structure, which is part of the retaining wall out in front of the home that would basically contain the side yard, the front yard, the side yard, and some of the trees back here. And as we're coming down the retaining wall, we're going to go to the left side of the house, and there's really a huge crack
Right here.
into this tie-in wall. Let's get a close-up of that. Is it just in this side wall, perpendicular wall?
Yeah, right there, yeah.
Okay. All right, we want to get a close-up of that. And then there's bulging out of the brick structure there.
Right.
Let's just get... And really this whole retaining wall structure from the bottom bows out significantly along the side here.
Right.
So there's some remedy that's going to have to take place there. Yeah, it looks like you've got significant bulging out of the wall. Difficult to pick up on camera, but certainly can see visibly. Okay. Just the whole bottom section is buckling out at the bottom. Can you point that out?
Water damage.